Hi everybody, I'm Verna from stampinnotes.com and welcome to Monday Night Mystery Stamping in the Meadow. And I have another fun fold for tonight with a card base of 5 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. But this is a totally different design. So if you would love to join us, we'd love to have you. It's a lot of fun. And just pop on and let us know your name and where you're from and that you're there. Hi, Arlene. And we have a lot of fun. Couple of things I wanted to tell you. This week's featured stamp set is Counting Sheep. Yeah, I had to make sure I had the name right. Counting Sheep, and this is a free stamp set in the Sal-a-bration catalog, but I'll be featuring it in my Facebook Live Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. I'm going to do 3 different cards, and I'm also using the dies that go with that. These are the sheep dies. And you can make some really cute cards with this. Cute baby cards it would be too. So that's this week's featured stamp set. And also, I'll tell you a little more about this is a great time to buy the starter kit if you even just want to be a hobby demonstrator. Hello, Rosalie. Hello, Margaret. Nice to see you ladies here. Okay, I'm going to turn the phone down and get my computer set up. See where we are here. Oops. And mute it. And turn my phone. How's everybody doing? It's starting to rain here, kind of drizzly out. And hey, Mom. Hey, Lisa. And Lucy, if your mom's there with you. Nice to have you ladies here. Always nice to have you. Okay, so this is the current host code. And with a $50 order, you would get a free pack of the Genial Gems. They're just beautiful. I guess you can see that better like that. So I was going to tell you real quick, if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up! Right now, it's a great time because not only do you get $125 worth of product for $99, but you get to pick a free bundle, and these are the different bundles. They go anywhere in price from $60.25 to, I think the lowest one is $31.50. And there's some beautiful things here. I'm pulling it up so you can see the bottom stamp sets. Okay, Lisa, I see your note. Your mom isn't on with you, but might be joining separately. Awesome. Okay, so if you're interested in that, message me or email me at vernastamps@gmail.com. And let's get started. Straighten my paper up here. So this is gonna be a fun card to do. So we're starting with our card base, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you have a little smaller piece of the cardstock, the same color. I'm using, I think this is Coastal Cabana that I'm using here. My paper's crooked. And you can go ahead and score that down or burnish it down with your bone folder. Oops, I scored that, and that's not the piece that needs to be scored. This smaller one. That needs to stay straight. I'm still going to use it even though I scored it. Hey, Teresa. And if you want, I would score it again, fold it the other way and score it because we want this to lay nice and flat. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your designer series paper that you have, and this is 2 by 6, and you want to lay your scored part at the top here. We're gonna scooch the designer series paper on it so it is just a tad from the bottom. So the bottom and the side edges are even, and you're gonna have quite a bit hanging up at the top here. And you're just gonna fold that over where your cardstock folds, like that. And now we're gonna adhere this down to the cardstock. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my glue on. You may wanna cut some of this off. Yeah, it feels a little coolish today, a little bit fallish. But that's okay, it's been so hot. You don't have to cut this off, or you can cut it off after we get it on, after you get it on the cardstock, it's gonna go on. So when you lay it on there, just lay it at the top, fold that over, and just straighten up the bottom part here. Like that. And then if you want to, you can go back in and trim this off. I'm going to leave it. It's not going to show. So when you get that done, let me know. I'm making all kinds of rattling noise here because I got glue on my hand and I'm grabbing a baby wipe. This is gonna be portrait. Lisa. So you should have your DSP on. Get your DSP on there. And this is from the Pattern Play Designer Series paper. And actually, for those of you who've been sharing, I've been sharing this paper with you ladies. A little stack of it just for you. This you can only get when you host a party. My DSP looks a little crooked. Teresa's done. Okay, so now you have a piece of cardstock, the basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4, and you're going to take that and you're going to adhere this down to your 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece on just the back part here, not the front. The front's going to lift up. So this here is what you're going to glue down to the back of the white piece. Don't glue the front of your flap. Just the back part is going to latch on. And you want to center it. I've got to move mine over a little bit. So it should look like this. And when you get that done, this is going to go centered on this base here, like that. So let me know when you get that done. Arlene's done. Arlene, you are so speedy. If you have this on here, you can go ahead and take your tag. I've used the Stitch So Sweetly dies to make a tag, and the tag is going to sit this way on the front, like this. So you can go ahead before you put that on there and stamp whatever you want to stamp on there. And I think I used the second largest die, this one here. And I am going to use the Counting Sheep stamp set. And I'm using the black pimento ink. When my husband and I were first married, we used to have sheep. So I especially love this set. We had about 160 sheep. And we would sell the wool at the wool pool. That was in Canasarega once a year. And Mom and I actually did learn to spin it. Raised a lot of orphan lambs. Okay, and this says, so glad it's your birthday, and I'm going to put this in the upper top here. Hopefully it's straight. So I'm speaking Wednesday morning at the breakfast at the Methodist Church in Canasteo on Psalm 23, and using the pictures of our sheep, and I've never been there before. It's a Christian businesswoman's breakfast, so that'll be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to color this little sheep in a little bit. I'm going to make his hooves black. And notice I'm putting paper under my image because these alcohol markers, the Stampin' Blends, will leak through. So if you're going to use them, you want to put something under them. Oh, your sister-in-law? Oh, cool. Neat. Yeah, Teresa Gardner called me and asked me about speaking, and she said she was helping the ladies. You'll have to tell me her name, Arlene. Okay. So glad it's your birthday. And now there's a little die cut sun, and I really love it. It's really cute. It's got little stitching in it, and this is with the sheep dies, and that's gonna go up here. Oh, Doreen, okay. I will see if I can find her and introduce myself. Okay, so my little guy says, so glad it's your birthday. And I want to put some twine on him, make a bow. And I don't know if you girls know, this is a white twine and we really don't have colored twine. So the way you can color it is, I'll show you, but you want to do it in advance and let it dry a little bit. Okay, that's her church. Cool. Oh, so Lisa, your mom might be there? That would be cool. All right, so you can do it with a marker or you can do it with your stamp pad. And you just take your pad and fold it over, lay your twine in there, leave one end out. Don't shut it all the way, but make it so you can pull your twine through like this and it colors it. And then you'll have to do it probably 3 or 4 times to get it colored good. I'm not going to do the whole thing now, but that's the way I colored this piece right here. And I like it because then it gives you some different colors to use. Okay, so bow for my sheep. Yeah, so I guess they have a breakfast, so that'll be nice. And I like to usually do a double bow. Teresa house things in Indiana. And on the farm. Margaret house things on your farm. Okay, I'm going to pull that way down. Now what do I do with my scissors? Scissors. Okay, and I need a glue dot. We'll put that right there. And that will go that way. So when you get your little label done, you can put it on the front. Now you notice I've got where the marker went through on the back of this. Oh, now you need rain. I know, it's so frustrating when it's going around you and you need it. So if you use the blends and you want to cover this before you put it down here, the size you want is 3 1/4 by 2 1/8. And of course, you know, I'll have all the sizes in the directions afterwards and the supplies. So I'm going to add this to the back here. Okay. I just want to cover that up, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to, if you don't have any marker on the back of it. And I just am going to glue mine down flat. So you'll want to be careful to just have your glue in the center of your little tag. And this would be a cute baby card or a baby birthday card too with these colors. And then you'll want to stamp whatever you want for, if you want anything on the inside here. And of course, you're going to have to be careful to keep it where it's covered. Keep your stamping below this or this flap here. So I'm thinking I might stamp Celebrate from Oh, what is that stamp set? Thank you for sharing. Yep, Teresa was a Birch. She was a good friend of mine. Still is, but we don't see each other that much anymore. When our kids were little, we did. Okay, I'm using that. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, don't forget, if you share and comment, you will be put in a drawing for, could be paper or gems or whatever. And have you guys seen this Create with Friends? I love it because it has big fonts and a lot of different things you could use it with. I know, I remember that Kevin was married to Val. I remember them dating in high school. They were high school sweethearts. Val was in my class. Okay, so I'm going to use Celebrate. It's a really pretty font. And hopefully I'll have it on there right. And ink. What should I do with the ink? Oh, there it is. And I just got a thumb full of ink. Better wipe that off, some of it off. All right, so I want it under the tag. So I'm going to center it right about here. And ideally, it would be good to do this before you put this down on your card base, but because we're mystery stamping, and you probably weren't quite sure what we were going to do, I didn't have you stamp it before that. Yeah. The Stamparatus is a wonderful tool to use. Okay, so that is done. So glad it's your birthday. If it was like a child, you could put a 1 on it, or 2, or whatever age they are, and celebrate. And this is the one I did earlier today. And this is more of that Pattern Party DSP, and I colored the twine with Bermuda Bay for that one. This one's a little brighter. So, well, share your cards, girls. I can't wait to see them. It's always fun to see them. And thanks for stopping by tonight. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. Yeah, I like that font too. Thanks, Mom. Okay, girls, you have a good night. I'm going to sign off. And I'll be on later in the week. So